Professor Tribe, how do you view this in the larger context of these multiple investigations?
Well, Ari, I view it as quite a bombshell. The Veselnitskaya part is probably less profound than the Manafort part. But I agree with Glenn Kirshner that Veselnitskaya is now clearly exposed as an agent of the Kremlin, so that when an offer was made at that infamous Trump Tower meeting of emails from Hillary Clinton, the offer that Donald Jr. said he would love if it came at the right time in the campaign, we now know that that's basically an offer of help from the Kremlin and a violation of American law, which forbids accepting offers or soliciting offers of foreign help. As far as Manafort is concerned, we now have the umbilical cord that connects all of the Russian side conspiracies with the American side conspiracies.
So, Professor, let me
the
draw you.
chairman of the campaign.
Let me draw you out on your first point, because, like any Harvard Law professor, you speak in multiple point thoughts. On your first point, sir, you are saying that the material emerging here adds to the Kremlin side of collusion, that could be for a prosecutor useful, combined with presumably other information, to tie the person in the Trump Tower meeting directly back to Putin.
Correct. And it means that the president's son and the head of the president's campaign and the president's son-in-law, all of those people were soliciting help, not just from some random Russian, but from the Kremlin. And as far as the Manafort revelation today is concerned, what that shows is that the head of the president's campaign, almost certainly with the president's knowledge, was offering information about secret polling data in the United States to the Kremlin. Now, it's not that the Kremlin makes a hobby of following American politics. The only point of giving them that data would have been to facilitate their intervention in our campaign, and it was a quid pro quo, because the other thing we learned from that inadvertent revelation is that part of this was involved with helping Russia vis-a-vis Ukraine. So all that's missing is a bow to tie this whole thing into a knot. And I think we are now seeing the structure of a multinational conspiracy to help Donald Trump win the election. It's quite profound.
It's profound when you put it like that. Natasha, Americans coming home tonight looking at their screen will see a headline that is a bombshell no matter what administration you imagine or what family members you imagine. If you see feds indict foreigner from hostile foreign power who met with guilty campaign chair and family members of the president. If it was Obama family members, Bush family members, this is a bombshell. People expecting that, to be more about thinking about the speech and the shutdown. This is a bombshell. How do you view it in the context of what Mueller's doing? Because it is a separate federal prosecution.
It is separate, and at first, I, like many other observers, said, well, we knew for a very long time, for over a year now, that Veselnitskaya had these ties to Russia's chief prosecutor, Yuri Chaika, and that she'd been working very closely with him to undermine the Magnitsky Act worldwide. That was essentially their entire effort during 2016, especially with regard to the Trump campaign, was to try to get them to lift these sanctions. But on the other hand, it's extremely significant because it shows that the Southern District of New York is laying out in court filings the fact that she is a Kremlin agent. And legal experts have told me that that is a prelude, essentially, for what's to come, especially if Mueller wants to lay out in his own court filings that Veselnitskaya was working for the Russian government when she met with the Trump campaign at Trump Tower in June of 2016. And so I think for that reason alone, just the fact that she's now been implicated not only in this major money laundering scandal, of course, which is at the heart of the Prevezon matter, but also that she was working hand in hand with the Russian government and that she was not just an informant, informant for the government, as she has claimed in the past to NBC, but also that she was acting essentially as their agent, as someone who was going to go to the United States and try to lobby high-level officials to lift these sanctions, which of course was Vladimir Putin's top goal, really, over the last 8 or so years, especially after the Magnitsky Act was implemented.
Right.
So I think we have to look at it through that lens.
And through that lens, Glenn, to Natasha's point here, if Bob Mueller's playing chess, you start to wonder, are these federal prosecutors in New York his queen? And he's moving it over the board pretty aggressively, while sometimes people don't realize how it intersects with what he's planning.
Yeah, I think even though they're separate investigations, I think they are probably coordinating with each other fairly regularly to make sure, one, that they're not stepping on each other's toes. They do have slightly different mandates, but, you know, I agree with Professor Tribe. With the revelation of what Manafort was concealing from Bob Mueller about sharing polling information with Kilimnik, and now we know Veselnitskaya was, you know, not only close with, but would be in a position to conspire criminally with senior prosecutors and government officials with Russia. You can see these tentacles, given these new revelations, just kind of stretching out and pulling the Trump campaign piece, the Trump Tower piece, and the Russia piece closer and closer and closer together.
Yeah, and I want to get Professor Tribe back in. I don't know if anyone would have expected we'd be starting the new year with a Russian from Trump Tower being indicted. I mean, that alone tells you about the pace of this investigation, whatever jurisdiction it's coming through. Professor Tribe, I'd like to give you the final word, the closing statement, if you will, on this segment, and also have you listen to some sound that was unearthed today. Funny that it didn't come out earlier, but there was unearthed of Donald Trump back in the day after his Russia visit, touting that they wanted him to do business there. Interesting. Take a look.
I went to Russia at the invitation of the Russian people and the Russians. I went to Russia in order to perhaps build hotels. At their invitation, they want me to build a great hotel in Moscow. They still want me to. I'm trying to drive the right kind of a bargain, unlike the bargains the city of New York drives. I'm trying to drive a tough bargain. They want me back. They've asked me back. I may go back. I don't know. I can do the deal. In 2 minutes, I can do the deal. If I want to do it, it'll be done on my terms, or it's not going to be done at all. So he says, he went to Russia and he was a flop. I mean, they're asking me back. They want to make a deal.
2 minutes or 3 decades, give or take. Professor Tribe, your view of tying this all together.
Well, my view is that one of the possible reasons for the brouhaha about the wall and the shutdown is to distract attention from the coming together of the Russia probe, because the president obviously fears being cornered, having the walls collapse on him, and maybe the main reason he's putting so much emphasis on emergency powers to build a wall is that he wants to hold the walls back.
A very interesting point, one that I think is part of the rest of our coverage. Professor Tribe, I want to have you back later in the hour to discuss some of the legal powers the president may try to seize. Glenn Kirshner and Natasha Bertrand, thank you for joining us on this big story tonight.